Today we're going to talk about holidays. Today's Mother's Day. What do you remember about Mother's Day when you were, when your kids were little? When you had the little boys at home?
They made cards either at church or school for me. I kept some of them.
Did they ever bring you candy or make you breakfast in bed?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't want them to make me breakfast in bed.
I can imagine what a mess that would be.
Exactly, with 4 boys. Let's see. What did you do for your mom when it was Mother's Day, when you were a little? Was it ever talked about? Was it a big deal back then?
Holidays, we celebrated, but not like we do. We couldn't get to town to buy stuff, even if we'd had the money to buy it. But
how long has Mother's Day been a holiday?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's a new holiday. Okay, what about, we're gonna talk about history, all right? So, tell me where you were when John F. Kennedy was shot. Do you remember that event? Is that something that sticks out in your head?
I remember when the fella shot the guy they thought had shot Kennedy.
Okay.
And it was my sister and her husband were visiting us. And they all, TV was on. And it was so shocking.
That they thought they had got him.
Yeah.
What about other historical events, like presidential inaugurations or elections?
Well, I never thought too much about it. I always voted. Now, my dad always worked at the polls on election day. And he had to be at the polls at 6 o'clock. And I remember Mama always got up and cooked breakfast.
Before he went to the polls?
Before they left. And she always got us up. We had to get up and get dressed and be at the table.
Before he left?
Everybody ate when she fixed it. We got up at 8, and we didn't go back to bed.
No matter what time it was?
We got up about 4 o'clock because Daddy didn't have a car, and it was several miles to the polling place, so he had to get a ride.
So why did he work the polls? Why was he so?
Well, for one thing, he was a strong Republican, and it paid.
Hey, Mom.
And at that time, any cash money.
Do they get paid? So they would get paid to that. Okay.
I don't know how much, but so much for the day.
What was the first election you remember voting in?
I really... Would it have been Roosevelt?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But you can remember voting for some of those.
Let's see. I was 22 when Steve was born. So I'd been able to vote for a couple of years before that.
Okay.
Daddy always made us understand that elections were important.
Right.
I would like to know, where were you and what were the circumstances when you heard that war was declared on Japan?
Ooh, Pearl Harbor, 1947, right?
Oh, that was a Sunday.
1941, 1941.
Yeah. I just remember thinking things were going to be a big change from then on. And it was, of course.
Right.
Did you hear it on the radio? Did you hear
Yeah.
Truman speak?
Yeah.
All right. What about landing on the moon? Did you all believe it really happened?
Yeah.
Or okay.
I never doubted they did
All right.
it. I've heard people say, oh, it was just make-believe. Or
Right.
it landed in Arizona or something. But no, they worked too hard
Right.
to make it happen. But it bothers me that nothing is going on, as far as I know now,
To go back to space.
go back to space or anything really important.
It's time for everybody to go to graduation this month. Everybody's talking about graduation. What are your best memories of graduating? Like, you've been to all of your grandkids' graduations.
The year that was Steve, I guess, graduated from speed school, and it rained all day, and I had to go downtown to the convention center or something, because otherwise, of course, it was out in the quadrangle.
Right.
But yeah, it was a big thing, because when Steve and Stuart graduated, of course, they got their commission in the Air Force at the same day.
Now, what about you when you graduated from high school? Because that's quite a story. Because you didn't get to go to the same school that you went to school and then graduation.
No, boys' school was where we go to for breakfast close to where I lived. And they didn't have a senior class when my sister was going to school. So she came to Louisville and worked, stayed with some friend of my aunt's for a year or two. And then they got the extra grade, and she came home to graduate. And they were been trying to consolidate the schools and to take boys' school to Alabama and make all one school. And we had fought it because my dad made trips to bowling.
Right.
And on a Friday afternoon, the last of school, they would graduate that weekend. And it was a big thing. The seniors were decorated and all that. And it must have been about 4 or 5, 3 or 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. And they saw smoke coming out.
Right.
And they started to investigate, and the attic was on fire.
Right.
And of all the things, my sister and one of the teachers tried to push the piano down the stairs.
Tried to push the piano down the stairs.
They could save, they didn't really save anything.
Right.
It burnt to the ground.
Right.
While we stayed and watched it, we were 14 miles from Bowling Green.
Right.
There was no way to save it. And we always felt like these kids from Alberton. The bus had been gone about 30 minutes, and that somebody had set it on fire.
Ah.
So I had 1 more year to graduate, and several parents got mad, wouldn't send the kids to Alberton. So one family bought a little bus that held about 15 people, and I went to Woodburn.
Right, because not to Alberton.
Not Alberton. Now, Robbie and Daryl went to Alberton.
But you graduated from Woodburn.
So I went to Woodburn, and we had 14 in our senior class.
Gotcha.
So I graduated from Woodburn. Of course, it's no longer a school now.
Right.
They finally consolidated everything.
Everything.
It had to happen.
But it just still was rough, yeah.
We didn't want them to take our school.
Why do you think it's important that everybody graduate?
That everybody does.
Graduate.
Oh, we were just taught that education was important. And they pushed us to go all through school. And of course, I did get a high school diploma.
Uh-huh.
I was the only one in my family that wanted to go to college. Of course, I would had to board it with somebody
Right.
because I didn't drive. It was just, they felt like impossible.
But you did.
My dad said he would have to borrow money. He said, and then you would get married and never pay it back. And he would be stuck with that bill. So I didn't get to go to college. But I was always so anxious for all of my kids to go to school.
Now go through the list and tell me all of the people who graduated. Let's hear it all. Brag time.
With my class.
No, about your kids.
Oh, they all, Well, I can tell you about your dad.
Okay.
He was born in Louisville, Kentucky. He went to elementary school with Charles Jacob. And when he was, after he got up there, he went to Southern Junior High. Then he went to Dubai Manual to high school. So after that, we took him to Bowling Green to go to WKU Western. So he finally got through that, moved back to Bowling Green, but then he had a wife and 3 children. He went to Southern Baptist, to the seminary, and graduated. And then, after much hard work, he graduated from Trinity College in Indiana. But like I said one time, when I got to introduce him, I said, just disregard all of that. I can assure you, I taught him everything he knows. But he was the one that said could never go to regular school because of his hearing loss. But he was the only one of the 4 that is Dr. Hale.
Dr. Hale.
How I taught him his name and where he lived.
Tell me about that. That's fine.
I haven't done that.
No.
Well, usually I gave them baths, put them all in the tub together. But this time, he was about 2, and I was giving his bath, and he sat, played with his boats and stuff. And I said, you know, you keep wandering off, following everybody. If you should get lost, and the police came, they'd ask you your name. What's your name, little boy? He said, I Sheldon Hale. And I said, where do you live? He said, I don't know. And he plays with his boats. I said, well, let's do this again. I said, you get lost, the police come, and first thing they say is, what's your name, little boy? He said, I Sheldon Hale. And I said, where do you live? He said, I don't know. I said, you live at 3734 Calder Avenue. Now, tell me where you live. I live at 3734 Calder Avenue. Okay? So I said, we're going to do this one more time. Now, you get lost. The police come. They ask you your name. I Sheldon Hale. Where do you live? He said, I don't know. So I gave up. But now, if you ask him, what's your name? He'd say, I'm Sheldon Hale. He'd say, where do you live? And he said, I don't know, but wait a minute. I'll go ask Richie. She always knows. Western, okay. And Steve and Stuart were going to U of L college. So we thought he could go, Sheldon could go too, but it was a municipal college and they didn't have to take everybody, and his grades were not quite good enough. I even wrote letters to the college, said his 2 brothers were going to school there, and I wanted him to go too. They still wouldn't accept him, but the teacher at Manual helped him get a scholarship to go to Western. So I called, my mother, of course, lived in Bowling Green. So I asked her if he could stay and go to school. But of course, she couldn't say anything but yes.
Of course.
So the week before school started, took him down to Bowling Green with his clothes and his books. No car. We didn't even take his bicycle. Probably no money because I didn't have any. So we took him down on a Saturday and school started on Monday. I never once figured out how he was going to get from one side of Bowling Green, where my mother lived, all the way across town to the other side, where the university was. I just took him down, go to college.
And dropped him off.
And dropped him off. And you say there's not miracles happen, but next door to her was Nancy and Betty Henry. Nancy was the mother, and Betty was the daughter, about my age, a couple of years difference. She worked on the other side of Bowling Green at her brother's business. So every morning she got up and drove across town to her brother's and worked all day. So first thing she said, well, I can drop him off at
So there
school.
was his ride.
So every morning she had been work at 8. She would pick him up about 7:30 next door, take him and drop him off at the BSU. And I don't know, he didn't know anybody. He had to get registered. He had freshman orientation. I don't know how he did it. But then every afternoon, she'd come back to the BSU she got off from work at 4:30. She'd be back about 4:45, pick him up and bring him back to my mother's.
So you did a good job as a mom because he was dead.
That's my miracle story.
That's a good miracle story.
Because I didn't figure out what he was going to do. I thought about it. I thought, don't they have any transportation? But anyhow,
It worked out.
and he thought he would go to Bowling Green, not know anybody but his grandmother, and party. So Saturday night, after 9 o'clock, somebody knocked on her door, and it was Richard Oldham. And he said, Nancy Henry told me that your son was coming down here to stay with his grandmother and go to school. We want to invite you to Glendale Baptist Church. And that was the end of his party.
That was your party career was done.
It ended right there.
Also his school and study career.
That it just took Mom and showed him.
Gotcha. Yes, go ahead.
All 4 of the boys went to college. All 4 of them got a degree. All 4 of them got a master's degree. But Shona was the only one that got his doctorate.
Are you ready?
I guess.
Okay, we want to know about where you liked to go read a book when you were a kid. Didn't you go climbing trees or something like that? Okay.
We had maple trees a row in our front yard. And I had laid some boards across 2 of the branches. And then I put what we call toe sacks. What do you call them now?
Burlap sacks?
Burlap bags. And I opened them and put them all the way around. Then if I stood on the ground and threw my legs up over the first branch, then I could climb up and sit up in the tree.
And you'd go out there and read a book?
Yeah.
What kind of books did you read when you were a kid?
Anything I could get my hands on.
Do you remember any
Sam
of...
Gray and Bobsy Twins and
Did you read Nancy Drew?
yeah.
Why did you love to read? Did your parents, did they read?
Yeah, we all read.
Oh, okay.
At night, we had to, Daddy turned the lights out, blew
The lanterns?
out
Okay.
about 9 o'clock. And sometimes I'd sit by the fireplace and finish my page at the light
Of the fireplace? Did you have electricity when you were a kid?
Oh,
I think you just laughed at me, Grandma. All right, when did you get electricity? How old were you?
not while I was living at home.
So you had lanterns, lamps.
Yeah,
Okay.
flashlight,
All right.
one flashlight.
And what'd your mom think of you going up to the tree? Was she all okay with you taking off to read after the chores were done?
Yeah.
All right. Did you have to work in the house or did you go out and work in the barn with Dad?
Some of both.
Which did you prefer?
Well, Robbie and my sisters, they hated working in the field, so I usually went with Daddy.
And worked out there?
Yeah, because they cried. They had to go.
They'd cry.
Well, it was hot and it was dirt dusty.
And you'd rather be outside.
And I followed along behind it sometimes. And I'd get a tobacco sack, you know what those are. They have a drawstring. And I'd go along behind it and pick up the worms and put in the tobacco sack. When I got to go, I'd throw it away.
What would you do with the worms?
I left them in the sack.
Oh, just for fun?
And I don't know why. It was my sole thing of torture, I guess.
If that's the worst thing you ever did, I think we're okay, Grandma.
But it was just strange. I do remember it because I don't know why I did it.
It's funny. One other question about books. You worked in the library at U of L. Why did you go to the library to work? I mean, was that just the best job, or did you go because you loved books?
I didn't work out at all. I stayed home and raised. I didn't raise them. I drew them through the light by the hair of the head.
Exactly.
But my cousin, I was talking to her one day, and somebody at work she knew had called her at an opening at the library. So she didn't want to work. She didn't ever want to work. And so she got her neighbor across the street to go, and Mildred got the job. And I said, "No, it sounds good. If something else comes up, call me." Scott was about 10, I think.
Okay.
So they did call, and I went in and applied for the job. They needed somebody who typed the cards, catalog cards, and I was taking typing at Butler High School night class, and I wasn't really very good.
I was going to ask you, were you any good at typing?
No, so I didn't get the job. But 2 or 3 months later, that was just before Christmas, I thought, I'm going back in there and tell them I'm still interested. Won't hurt anything. Wouldn't do anything else. So when I got in front of the library, asked for one of the girls I knew, she came out and she said, "How'd you get here so quick?" I said, "Well, I just came up to tell them I was still interested." She said, "They have your application out and are calling you, trying to get you."
Wow.
So my boss was so nice.
And you ended up working 30-something years there?
34.
34.
She never asked me to take any test. When we went to the office to sign me up, the girl in the office said, "Did you give her a typing test?" Emily said, "I don't care if she hunts and pecks, as long as she's accurate."
There you go.
She signed me up, and I worked with her, and she's blind and in a wheelchair at Great No Towers. Her mother, of course, knew everybody, so Rachel came in and applied, and I was needing a student assistant, so I hired her.
Gotcha. Question, what's the strangest gift you ever gave at Christmas or got? Nothing stranger than that, Luke.
I don't remember. He did take the time. He went through the whole catalog, toy catalog.
That's the year he taught you had to teach him about Santa Claus.
No, he said he got the pencil and the catalog. He was 9, understand. He went through every page, marking them. He got through it, he brought me the catalog, and he said, "I think I've got them all figured out. Well, this. And I said, "Oh, Sheldon, that's going to cost a lot of money." He said, "Don't worry about it. You can get me a couple of cheap things and let Santa Claus bring the rest."
Yeah.
Came home unexpectedly when you had mailed his presents out to his house.
Oh, Steve.
Steve.
He was in the military, and he had said he wouldn't be home for Christmas because so many of the people he worked with had families. And so he said, "Just send me my presents here." So we never had any money much. But he wanted a pair of shoes. I got it. And I got him one of those little Christmas trees about that tall. And I don't know what else. And mailed it to him. And that Christmas Eve, I was down in the basement doing laundry, and I heard somebody walking around. Went upstairs and it was Steve. He said, "Oh, I got home. I'm and he said, there had better be presents under that tree for me. There had better be at least 6 packages. That's why I still try to do 4 or 5 packages. I said, Steve, I said, you never hear. There's not a thing under there for you. And he said, well, go get me 6 T-shirts and wrap them all separate.
And did you?
Pretty much. I remember wrapping him a box of chocolate-covered cherries, which he didn't particularly like.
But it was one of the presents. Think about presidential elections. Think about your parents growing up. That was 1920s. So we're talking Great Depression. Did you all discuss politics when you were sitting around the supper table? You know.
Daddy was a strong Republican.
Okay. See, I've never heard you talk about this.
Well, he always worked at the polls on election day. He had to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. So Mama got breakfast ready, and she called us. And when breakfast was ready, you got up and you got dressed and you got to the table as soon as she got it ready. And you didn't come to the table in your pajamas.
You came dressed, ready to go.
Sleep in. You got up, got dressed, and went to bed.
So then your dad he would go off to work in the barn and the farm. So he was strong politics. Did you all talk about it? Did you all,
Well, yeah.
you know, talk about the elections? Was that something where girls couldn't vote yet?
Yeah.
When could girls vote? Is it important to you to go vote?
Yes. Still is.
Do you still get out and vote when you get a chance?
Yeah. Robbie asked me the other day if I went and voted. I said, no. Was there an election going on? And it was Bowling Green or something.
I was Bowling Green.
Or that you remember hearing that, can you tell us about that? Because that's something we don't know about.
And just before Steve was born. He was born in 1942. That was 1941. And yes, I said with the radio, heard it all. It was scary.
Well, that's square dancing. Tell about your square dancing days, Grandma.
I don't know when we started square dancing.
Do you remember, Dad?
He did.
You square danced too, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was I started college, and you all already started.
Yeah.
No? Was I in college?
No.
No, I was in high school.
High school.
Yeah. And you all already started square dancing, so that was back in the 1960s.
We were in this candy club, and every month it was a different person had to be hostess. And when it came to be my turn, I invited the Square Dance Club to come. It was up on Eastern Parkway. There's a park there.
My stories.
And the fellow brought his club, and they danced for us. And we got started. But I swear I don't remember what year.
Were you any good?
I remember being very
Thought you
good.
were.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to get up and square dance for us? You and Dad, let's see you square dance now, right?
Say your partner.
Oh, that was fun.
That's
That's not the dumbest thing. He said, no, he doesn't either.
Not at all.
Careful of your money and being careful of your friends. I like people.
Yeah.
That's why I keep inviting so many.
Well, like,
You know?
well, we do want to take care of money like you are.
Because I actually made less. Probably the most I ever made was about $15 an hour.
But you were smart with it.
Well, as long as it's in my pocket, it's mine. Every time I spend it, belongs to somebody else. And I'd rather it was mine.
I'd rather it be mine too.